I don't think American culture asks us to be in a state of reflection on a daily basis, on a weekly. It just doesn't ask us that at all. And so I think that Quakerism offers a tradition of groundedness and an access point to that state, which I think is like really good for humans and really good for me. Even though that, it's tricky in my body too. Like I've got a lot of movement. So I had to practice being still and listening. And that practice was really hard for me as a kid, but I think has been really beneficial as an adult. My name is Benjamin Camp. I live in South Philadelphia, and I just became a member of Central Philadelphia Monthly Meeting after transferred from Norristown Friends Meeting. The most recent programming I was involved with I was the Children's Religious Life Program Coordinator for Philadelphia Yearly Meeting. So I worked with the kindergarten to fifth graders. I felt like my work was the setup and framing of community experiences that were Quaker-led and rooted in an opportunity to explore God and connection to one another. I'm also very interested in play, so a lot of that was play-oriented, play-based. We had great conversations, but like conversation isn't always the way to get to God if you're in second grade. So I really thought a lot about the family and community and joyfulness and joyful spirit, and that was really what I was interested in. How can we set up a situation that feels Quaker and helps kids figure out what Quaker means for them? My approach to Quaker youth work, which is very much informed by people I got to work under and with, is that the act of joyful creativity, the act of expression, is an act of God, that creativity and God are synonymous. And that when we talk about the light, we also talk about joyfulness and creativity. We say that Quaker worship, it's people listening, but you listen together. And so it's that light of God, that creative moment, but it's togetherness. I think when a Quaker space with youth is at its best, that we have an understanding and we leave space for that aspect of God to really come forward with one another. So sometimes that looks like projects together. Sometimes that looks like putting on a little show. Sometimes that looks like writing in journals. Sometimes that looks like worship, same as adults. It definitely looks like trusting the kids to know what their leadings are and offering the structures to help them not get distracted, which is really easy for anyone. If there was something that I gently encouraged Quakers towards in my role as a youth program coordinator, it was to try to get everyone a little more physical, to create, in large groups of multi-generational community situations, playing a game where everybody was dancing a little bit or coming into physical contact with one another. I think the state of Quaker worship can kind of imply a non-embodied experience. I think we do ourselves a disservice if we forget the ways that the body is connected to the spirit.
I'm here at Newtown Friends Meeting in Newtown, Pennsylvania, just to say thank you for watching this QuakerSpeak video. We release a new video every Thursday, and you can click on the button over here to subscribe to the channel. You can support us for as little as $1 per video. That button is just below me. You can see all the videos we've ever released in this playlist down here. Thanks again for watching, and have a great Thursday.